Hello, my good fans out there. I remain Dr. D.I. Jr., lecturer on chemistry on social media. We have been discussing on the very important substance known as petroleum. Another was called crude oil. My last lecture was on refining of crude oil or fractional distillation of crude oil. In other words, what are the processes it undergoes before one can use it in our vehicles and maybe on other automobiles. I told you it will undergo three processes: separation, purification, and conversion. But right away, we want to discuss on the topic titled Industrial Fractionation of Crude Oil. Industrial fractionation of crude oil. In other words, if you want to analyze it, means the fractions of the crude oil will be separated in the industry. You want to make it in the layman understanding. So listen carefully to what I have. As I usually say, chemistry students out there, get your jotters and biro and put down the little you can understand. Now, industrially, fractionation is carried out on a very large scale by a fractional distillation apparatus. Now, this is a special form of distillation carried out in a fractionating tower of an oil refinery. A tower called fractionating tower is what they use as the apparatus or the instrument where the crude oil is put into, and then by the action of heat and other processes, it goes to form fractions. Now, the crude oil in the first place is heated in an electric furnace to about a temperature range of 400 degrees Celsius. When this happens, the mixture of the hot vapor, because when you say mixture, gases are there, liquids are there, solid hydrocarbons are there, and other natural gases. So the heat, and since petroleum is a liquid, containing all these, both the sulfur, nitrogen, oxygen, at that temperature of 400 degrees Celsius, the mixture of hot vapor and liquid will flow through pipes to a fractionating tower. Now, in the industry, the industrial fractionating tower is divided into a number of trays or compartments, which are perforated, and we call them trays, T-R-A-Y-S, trays. They are perforated. Now, each tray is a little cooler than the one below, so that towards the bottom of the tower, the temperature will be around 450 degrees Celsius, while the temperature at the top of the tray will be about 35 degrees Celsius. Now, as the vapor containing the mixture of the substances ascend the tower, it cools, but the temperature there is lower. And as it cools, it condenses. The vapor condenses back to liquid and then separates out into several fractions according to the volatility of the substances in the mixture. Substances with higher boiling points separate out in the tray on the lower part of the tower, while those with lower boiling points separate out on the trays in the upper part of the tower. In this way, the various fractions are drawn off at different levels. Let me make a recap. We have said earlier that the petroleum per se is a liquid naturally, But it is a complex mixture of so many substances. Remember, we said hydrocarbons are there. Alphatic hydrocarbons, aromatic hydrocarbons, the alkenes. We talk about also impurities like sulfur, nitrogen, oxygen, natural gas. All these are there. So when the substance is preheated in electric furnace, they make the temperature of the lower side to be higher, about 450 degrees Celsius, while the upper side, 35 degrees Celsius. So the substances, as the heat is applied, those heavy components that have higher boiling points will begin to vaporize, because the mixture of the vapor will go up from the bottom to the upside. As they go, since the upper side is cooler than the lower side, the ones that vaporize will begin to cool and condense and begin to flow out through the trays, and they are collected. While the ones that have lower boiling points will be flowing up at the upper side. Through this process, the various components, which we call fractions in the crude oil, begin to be separated into kerosene and others, which we will see later. So this is how the fractionation of crude oil is done in the industry. So please like it and comment. Share this video to your friends who may need of it, and subscribe to my YouTube account. Thank you.